Today, the 6th of November 2025, the delegation of the Wiper Patriotic Front, formerly known as Wiper Democratic Party, will be moving to Jaramogi and then to Opoda farm. The purpose of this visit is because Mr. Musyoka, who for a long time was the right-hand man of Raila politically and was the vice president, or rather the preferred deputy president, for the 2 times that Raila consistently vied for the presidential election in Kenya, feels that the 3-day period that was previously set in the will of the late Raila Odinga to mourn him was not so sufficient, and so did not give enough room for his friends, including the Wiper Patriotic Front leader, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, and his other friends across the nation to have enough opportunity to go and mourn with the family and show solidarity in standing with the family at these tough times. Of course, this particular visit that is the subject of our mirror today, and the reason why this visit is being held, being also the main purpose of our mirror, is happening after a series of visits have been witnessed in the Jaramogi period in the past 1 week after the burial of the late Raila Odinga. Of course, the Gusii community, being led by Honorable Fred Matiang'i, had also made their visit to this particular place. The Kikuyu community, being led by Mama Ngina and the Kenyatta family, have also since made their delegation to this place. Yesterday and the day before it, an orchestra from Germany actually also visited this place to pay their respects for the for the late Honorable, the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Odinga. So as this space is open for mourners in Kenya and from the world at large to come and show solidarity with the family of the Odinga, we keep seeing these troops going in. And even the Wiper Patriotic Front's delegation going might not be the last delegation that we will witness, but it is very important for us to discuss because it has both a personal touch to it and a political touch to it. So let's put before the mirror the visit of the Wiper Patriotic Front to Jaramogi that is set for the later this day, and then after they leave Jaramogi, they will head to the Opoda farm. Organizers of this particular event are informing us that it intends to have a total of 500 people accompanying Honorable Kalonzo to this particular visit. Among these 500 people is the party leaders of the Wiper Patriotic Front, the National Executive Committee of the Wiper Patriotic Front, Honorable Kalonzo himself, of course, the governors that have been elected under the Wiper Party, the members of parliament under the Wiper Party, the MCAs under the Wiper Party, community organizers under the Wiper Party, and religious representatives. So the total number is approximately 500 people divided in all these categories that I've just mentioned to you, that is set to visit Nyanza later on, being led by Kalonzo Musyoka. So their visit has a very interesting itinerary. One of it is that once they arrive at Kisumu using the plane, they will drive from Kisumu to Bondo in solidarity of the spirit of Raila, just the way it was done when the body of Raila was leaving Nairobi. So they intend to drive from Kisumu to Bondo. But organizers are informing us that Mr. Kalonzo is shy of making certain stopovers over the road because he wants this to become a solemnity visit for the burial place of Raila Odinga and not a political tool. So we are most likely not going to witness stopovers between Kisumu and Bondo by this particular cohort making political speeches, and we are most likely not going to listen to any political speeches coming from Kalonzo Musyoka over this 1-day visit that is set to happen in both Jaramogi and then the Opoda farm. So yes, Mr. Kalonzo, if you remember well, has stood with Mr. Raila for quite some time, and his loyalty for Raila has been tested and proven for a period of over 15 years. You remember in 2013, he was the deputy presidential candidate for Raila. In 2017, he was also the deputy presidential candidate for Raila. In 2022, even after Raila picked the the PLP PLP party leader, Honorable Martha Karua, as the vice or the deputy president in the 2022 presidential elections, Mr. Kalonzo did not jump ship. He kept his loyalty with Raila Odinga. So for over a 15-year election period, Mr. Kalonzo has consistently stood with Raila as a right-hand man. Of course, people detail their connections way back to these 15 years, as back as 2005, when Mr. Kalonzo is blamed to actually have flowed or slowed down the process of registering the ODM party, with individuals like Mourns being accused of taking the party's registration documents and eloping with it. But if you look at the 15-year period that is as recent as from 2013 to 2022, and you compare the story that happened in 2005, then you'd say that even if Mr. Kalonzo was to make up for the mistakes that he did in his relationship with Raila Odinga, he has overcompensated with over a decade of friendship over that particular mistakes. So he's a man who has stood with Raila for some time, and his loyalty to Raila has been tested and proven. Of course, I've said there will be 500 people. The first stop will be at Kangoka Jaramogi, then they will head to Opoda farm. They also intend to present over a herd of over 100 heads of cattle to the Kangoka Jaramogi family to just show their solidarity in mourning with Raila Odinga through the traditions of the Luo nation. Also, out of this visit, they intend to perform traditional Kamba traditions as a way of both, showing that they are a foreign tribe that is coming to visit, a foreign tribe on the shore lakes of Lake Victoria, but also they are a people of their own culture and uniqueness. So what we are going to witness is beyond just a visit. There will be a presentation of over 100 heads of cattle to the family, and there will be some performance of Kamba traditions to show that they are the Kamba community that have come to mourn with the family of Raila Odinga and to show solidarity with the friendship of Honorable Kalonzo. Of course, talks of whether Gachagua will join them was being speculated earlier on when this visit was being organized, and now Honorable Kalonzo has put to silence all those talks, saying this will be exclusively a Wiper Party affair. So the speculations that existed previously that perhaps Rigathi Gachagua would have joined this cohort in this visit to Kangoka Jaramogi has now been rested by the fact that Kalonzo has said this will be exclusively a Wiper Party affair. So Kalonzo is said to be hitting two birds with one stone with this visit. As much as it will be a solemn visit that shows solidarity to a friend that he has known for a very long time in the political scene, he has supported for a very long time in the political scene, and you can say they have created a political future together with, there is also the aspect of using this to actually now position himself as the key opposition leader in that region. And this would make a lot of sense, because right now in the United Opposition, out of all the individuals that form the principles of the United Opposition, the closest one that have worked with Raila Odinga is just Kalonzo and Martha Karua, and this puts them separate from the entire cohort because they have really been in the opposition compared to the United Opposition that was just formed a few months ago after Rigathi Gachagua was ousted as the vice president, or as the deputy president under the William Ruto government. So yeah, we are seeing Kalonzo using this particular platform to show that now that Raila is no longer in the scene, the preferred opposition candidate should be no one else other than himself. And I know he does not intend long to be in the opposition, so he is actually seducing the voter backyard of Raila Odinga as the second man in the opposition to Raila Odinga, but most importantly as the man that can face Ruto come 2027 head on. So this visit, where he's not going to speak, he's not going to do anything, he's not going to make stopovers and such like things, speaks volumes. He does not have to use words in this visit, but if the visit will be properly coordinated from the time that they will leave Cumberland to the time that they will get to Opoda farm and back, then the visit alone will speak so voluminous than all the words that Kalonzo would have spoken in the stopovers between Kisumu and Bondo and back. Yeah, so analysts are seeing this as both a solemn visit for the spirit of Raila Odinga's friendship and Kalonzo, but also an opportunity to stamp Kalonzo's authority in the Nyanza region without actually using words. So we keep a look and our mirrors focused on this particular visit that will happen later in the day, and if there is any worthy developments that occur out of it, we will detail and bring to you live here at the People's Mirror.